Hey, Mark King here, and here's a story from Vice News. It's by Joshua Hirsch. Okay, so Vice News is a ragtag with this. They're just reporting on facts in the story. Trump is using the Production Act to make meat processing workers go back to work to the plants. All right, so I think the Defense Production Act was enacted I think after World War II. It was probably a result of World War II, if I'm correct. It's been a while, once again, but I'm 90% sure that's it. So anyway, our members work for essential business. This makes them essential employees. It doesn't make them sacrificial employees, said a union leader. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I live in the United States, so President Trump's plan to keep the nation's meat processing facilities open has worker advocates worried it won't address the root cause of recent plant closures roiling the industry, the lack of proper safety equipment to protect workers from virus. Okay, so that's an important thing. Give them the right safety equipment. You don't want to you don't want to affect anybody. Although when things are heated thoroughly, it's probably a moot point. Trump announced Tuesday that he would use the powers of the Defense Production Act to compel key meat and poultry operations to continue running as essential parts of the country infrastructure. Okay, so I've said this before, and like people have the wrong ideas of eating. You don't need to eat every single day. Some of the secrets to losing weight involves fasting, believe it or not. And kind of like once your body gets past one day, then the second day becomes easier, the third day becomes easier. You can go months without eating. All you can do is just drink water. As long as it's water, you can do fine. Your body will do amazing. There's something called autophagy. It's essentially your body does like it recycles old cells, but also damaged cells. People have. I don't want to make any claims here, but you can really reduce like cancer. Your body really would eat cancer cells, for example. Just it's amazing what autophagy can do for you when you go on long fast. Usually beyond 24 hours, it's when your body activates autophagy. But this goes to the fact that uh, Americans are spoiled. They don't realize it. Two, they don't have the right heroes in mind. Like one of the things I love was like the '80s movies. I love Rambo. Rambo's like my ultimate '80s hero. It's essentially a guy who can survive in the wilderness on what was that, attrition. It's a guy who it's like people should pride themselves. That's a hero, and you want to be like Rambo. Like damn, survive in nature. You eat every single day. You can hunt. You can hunt for your food. People have lost these heroes, especially men. One of the things that has happened is females have started attacking or have attacked male heroes. Something as simple as a movie, it's like it gets bad ratings simply because it's masculine adrenaline filled. So the point of this, like, I hate to see him enact it, but Americans are so flippin' spoiled they don't realize it. And part of it is the education. Again, I point to everything towards education system. A lot of times, education system is like they don't teach them about like when you're hungry, eat a lot of fat. Right, fat fills you up. Right, fat fills you up. Don't take any sugar is awful. Right, we all know that. But fat, it gets a bad rap. Again, what changed my life was keto and carnivore. That's the ultimate. And then you do fasting in between. You can practice all three. Do 6 months of keto, 6 months of carnivore, 3 months of keto. I mean, just you can play around with it, but it has so many benefits. I mean, you can lose tons of weight in a month, 2 months, 3 months. You can. It's absolutely amazing that they aren't teaching this stuff in school. And like when I'm teaching, and so you see what they serve kids in cafeterias like sugar cereal, like fruit. Fruit is not that great simply because the amount of sugar in fructose. So fruit is actually really terrible. I know like okay, so there's some benefits like vitamins. You much rather have fruit than a juice. But yeah, the things I see in schools, I can't believe these things are considered healthy. It's mind boggling. And the worst thing is when they give them bread. Bread is flipping awful. Anyway, I just had to touch upon this here that he's enacting the Production Act, and I just think it's because Americans are so flippin' spoiled and don't realize how spoiled they really are. They don't have the right heroes in the mind. Also, they don't really know what hardships are. Anyway, so Trump is worried, and the Americans. You hear the stories like America's worried about the meat production will the supply chain will be disrupted, and because of all these plants closed down. Yeah, and it's again, you don't want people who haven't trained themselves to start rioting again. It always happens in the female-centric communities. Okay, these are female traits essentially. That's the problem. When you're used to getting everything handed to you, and you see some a lot of the again, I've seen some a lot of the boys I've taught. A lot of them are just they have no survival instincts. The first reaction, even in like surprise, I've seen in third grade in these ghetto areas, is blame it on the usual racism stuff. Unbelievable. They can't think outside the box, and everything is just racism. So anyway, the first communities to fall will always be the urban areas. If you get my drift, with the single parent, single parents, and that again, that's just my expertise there in terms of what I've witnessed and what I've statistically is just yeah. And we see the pork industry has already declined 30%. You hear like farmers are destroying their crops and destroying their chickens and feed because nobody's buying it right now. But and it's gonna get even worse when these meat production companies basically aren't gonna take the supplies in, and then what are farmers supposed to do? Anyway, so this was the interesting story from Vice. Um, oh, there's some bias. So let's see. My first reaction was if you drink the Lysol already, the next option is to go. Oh, yeah, there we go. So this is gonna be Vice's. So Vice almost went a full article with Orange Man bad. Again, Vice is a trash. It's actually started by what's his name? I think was it Gavin who started this? Gavin McGinnis. If I'm correct, I'm not confusing Vice with somebody else. But yeah, I mean, Gavin's a really great. I think he's a really great guy. He's one of those guys who pushes speech, and he has the right outlook how men should be. He gives really great advice. Gavin McGinnis. If you guys haven't checked him out, please check him out. He was awesome. Anyway, I won't drag on too much, but unfortunately, this has to be done simply because people haven't trained themselves. Okay. All right. Take care. Share, save, subscribe, thumbs up. And again, the key device. If anybody wants to lose weight, want to feel better, do keto, do carnivore, do some fasting, and your body and mind will be so much better. Oh, another thing about this, I found my mental capabilities, but my memory got vastly improved. And I'm someone who has had the bad memory all my life. And when I started doing keto, and it doesn't happen automatically, it could take months for your memory to start improving. Because imagine this is years of damage. So anyway, if anybody wants to get into it, please do so. I recommend it. And remember, in hard times, fat is good for you. Okay, fat will fill you up and it'll make you go longer through a fast, for example. Okay. All right, guys, take care. Share, save, subscribe. Bye. Thumbs up.